Hello, my name is Jacques Landry. I'm the Chief Technical Officer for the Canadian Cycling Association, and welcome to the long-awaited June 2010 podcast. Now, the way I'd like to structure this podcast is start off with a few events and occurrences that have happened in the last couple of months, and talking about events coming up in the next couple of months. So to start off, I'd like to announce, and we formally announced it on the CCA website a month or two ago, the appointment of Denise Kelly, who will be our new Women's Endurance Development Coach. In collaboration with the Canadian the Canadian Sports Centre Ontario, Denise has entered her role as a WEDC since April. And her role will basically be around talent ID for women endurance athletes, and the development and cross fertilization of women endurance across the different cycling sports, whether it be road, track, or mountain bike. So she will obviously be working in close collaboration with our road, track, and mountain bike coaches to ensure a better crossover of some of our endurance athletes into other cycling sports. So we welcome Denise on board, and basically she started off fairly quickly in our programming as we sent her off 1st or 2nd of April to our European cycling base, and based in Tielt Winger, or Winge, W-I-N-G-E, in Belgium, close to about an hour, 45 minutes from Brussels, west of Brussels. This European cycling base is our first trial year, so it's a pilot initiative, and we so far have started off on a really good foot with our U23 and women's endurance development programs starting off in April, and where both Vincent and Denise were working on both programs simultaneously, bringing our athletes to some top-level races in northern Europe, but basically around Belgium for the most part. And as we know, Belgium is pretty much the mecca of road cycling, so that is one of the reasons that prompted us to set up shop in Belgium. Our program continued with a junior road program, junior men's road program in the month of May, and right now everybody's basically reconvened back to North America in preparation for nationals, road nationals, which will be at the end of the month, this month. That being said, I'd like to offer my congratulations to some of the programs that have had some great success in the last World Cups, notably the paracycling program, who just came back from Spain, in Segovia, which was the only road World Cup before World Championships, where we did field a fairly big team as we needed to assess where we stand with the new classification, the UCI classification in para that has come on the table since January 1st. And we were able to draw some good conclusions and good analysis from our athletes' performances, and some of our athletes came back with medals in road events and the time trial events. So hats off to those athletes, and continue the good work leading up to BICOMO World Championships that will be in August. Also really notable results came from our mountain bike program, notably Catherine Pendrell finishing or winning the World Cup, last World Cup, and is presently leading the World Cup standings. So hats off to Catherine, and obviously a great performance from Derek Zanstra, Emily Batty, and Jeff Bush, and Marie-Lynne Prémont, who did a very good ride. Obviously this bodes well for us. Canada is hosting the World Championships in BICOMO at the end of August, and it's important that we field a very competitive team, as always, but even more so as Worlds are in our backyard. That same can be said with regards to our paracycling program. Moving right along with events coming up, we have, as you know, nationals are coming up in every cycling sport. First one to come on deck is road nationals. Afterwards, and then followed by mountain bike nationals, para nationals, road and track, BMX nationals, and track nationals. All that in the span of the next 3 months. Moving right along, we have also this year two major multi-sport games. The first one is the Youth Olympic Games. It's the first Youth Olympic Games that the IOC has basically put on the table. We have decided to attend those Youth Olympic Games. The format is not the ideal format, but we are convinced that we will be able to field a fairly competitive team, and that team will actually benefit from the culture that Singapore can offer in August, and the culture of sharing with other countries at the junior age. So just to remind you, the format is 3 junior male athletes as per UCI age groups and 1 female athlete. The events are BMX, road, and mountain bike combined. And we're also in the process of selecting or choosing a candidate as a road or basically as a coach manager for this project that is during the last 2 weeks of August. Selections also for the Youth Olympic Games will be closed, and we will be selecting athletes from the pool of athletes as of around the beginning of the second week of July. With regards to selections, athletes that are still interested need to get acquainted with the Youth Olympic Games selection criteria as it pertains to the Canadian team. Look at the criteria, what needs to be done. Time is just slowly running out, so I would encourage any junior athlete still wanting to be involved or in the selection pool to please read the selection criteria closely before anything. At the end of October, there will be the Commonwealth Games that will be held in Delhi, India. They run from the first 2.5 weeks in October. We will be fielding a road and track team. There are no mountain bikes events in these Commonwealth Games, as was the case in Melbourne 4 years ago. Our team quota is 13 athletes total, men and women, road and track, 13. And the selection will be finalized. We will be naming the Commonwealth team at the beginning of July for the road and track athletes that will be attending these Commonwealth Games. So again, if you please get acquainted with the selection policy for the criteria for the Commonwealth Games, it can be read on the CCA website. Finally, I'd like to just remind all our athletes that are on the registered testing pool for the Canadian Centre for Ethics in Sport to please fill out your whereabouts in a timely manner, but also in a precise manner. It only takes a few minutes to fill out. Go to the Adams website and log in and fill out your whereabouts properly. We at the end of every quadrennial, we receive from the CCS a list of athletes that have not fully filled out these forms. And it does put a bit of strain on the system if they're not done. It is your responsibility as an athlete, to fill those whereabouts properly and promptly. And it is not because an athlete is either injured or or not competing that the whereabouts should not be filled out. They should be filled out at all times. It's only after officially retiring that athletes are exempted from filling out the whereabouts, and that is even after a 1 year stand down period. That's about it for this edition of the podcast for June 2010. Hopefully we'll be able to send off another podcast in the next while. So thank you for your attention, and